I'm Don Nystrom. And today, on our Up Close program, we're going to talk about an upcoming event that I think you're going to be very interested in. So I hope you stay tuned and watch the show, and I think you'll find something that you'll be very interested in. The program today is being brought to you by the nice folks at Altrusa. And Altrusa is putting on a holiday home tour. And we'll let you give you the details on it as we go along. Now, I have, as you can see, 3 guests here today, and they are, in fact, Darlene Craig, who is going to be tell us a little bit about Altrusa, and then we have Laura Drendel, who's part of the programming for the event, and then we have one of the homeowners, whose name is Fleming. So, welcome the 3 of you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
anxious to find out more about the holiday home tour. So we're going to start first talking about the Altrusa organization, because I'm really not very familiar with it, and Darlene said that she would give us some background of Altrusa.
I would be just delighted to.
Good.
Altrusa is an international organization of which Marshfield is a chapter. We were chartered in 1983. We presently have 35 members, and of those 35 members, 2 are charter members. Nancy Jo Patterson and Audrey Moen, who you probably know, are still active in the organization and good Altrusans. Altrusa is primarily concerned with developing or promoting literacy within the communities. With our holiday home tour, half of the profit that we make, or the proceeds that we make, go to the Everett Rail Marshfield Public Library. And as far as literacy is concerned, we are also involved with a lot of the other libraries within the community, and we do a number of different programs for the community for as far as literacy. We are involved with, like I said, the Everett Rail Library. We are also involved and support Family Resource Center of Marshfield, the YouthNet, Special Olympics, Super Sox Pantry, which Laura can talk about as far as our relationship with Rotary. And the work that we do with this also involves Rotary. Personal Development Center, and then the Marshfield Area Cultural Fair. We have a number of fundraisers, but the Altrusa Home Tour is the primary one. We also work with, as I say, Rotary Winter Wonderland, and the hours that we get, they provide us with some cash that adds to our many charities that we support. We also have a Ruby Red's cranberry sales that we do. If you've ever gone to Picnic in the Park in the summertime, which would be really nice to go to right now, you could have Altrusian ice cream cones. And then we are also involved with the Marshfield Kennel Club. And believe it or not, we help park the cars for all the people that come to the Kennel Club. So we're involved in a number of different things. And like I say, the proceeds that we get from any of our work goes throughout the community. Some of the other things that we're involved with that we support is we do meals for Hope Lodge. We do packing twice a month. I think it's twice a month for the NOW program, nutrition on weekends. We do just a number of stuff in the community, and again, the Marshfield Holiday Home Tour is our biggest fundraiser. So,
well, good. We're going to promote that today,
We are.
because that's why you're here. And we'd like to thank Hefco's for allowing us to use some of their very nice decorations.
Yes.
So right behind you. So, how often do you meet, and what do you do when you have meetings? A lot of groups of meetings are kind of boring. But
Well, ours aren't boring.
Not, are they? You
ours are
sound
never
like
boring.
a lively group of people. Tell me about your meetings.
Well, okay, we meet every other week, and we meet at the Sunrise Cafe at 12:30, and we're usually done by 1:30 because we do have members who work. We're not just elderly ladies. Like
Senior
Brooke.
citizens.
Like
Senior
Spring,
citizens.
yeah, like Spring here is a teacher,
Oh, okay.
and some of the other members or people that will be doing home tours or having their homes on the tour are also teachers. But we're there every other Thursday for our meetings. One meeting is, the first meeting of the month is a business meeting when we talk about what we're doing and how we're doing right now on our home tour, because there's several committees involved in that. And then our second meeting is always a program, and you might find this very interesting, but a young woman named Danielle Nystrom did a presentation to us on Rotary Winter Wonderland.
Cool.
So that's the kind of stuff we do.
That would, of course, be my granddaughter.
I would not, I didn't know that.
She's in charge of Winter Wonderland this year, and I'm one of the helpers, so I report to her.
Oh, well, good for you.
How about that for a change?
As it should be.
As it should be, yes. We
Well, we gotta let the younger people learn the
That's
ropes,
right.
right?
Yes.
That's right.
I
So-
should say one more
Sure.
thing, though. Our dues are only $80 a year. So we're reasonable. And like I say, we have 35 members, and we just do a lot for the community.
And you have a Facebook page, yes?
We do. We have a wonderful Facebook page, but I'm prejudiced, but
And
we have a wonderful page. And it tells you, we talk about our meetings, we talk about the things we're involved in. There's a number of photos on there. We just promote our club.
Now, to find that, it would be called Altrusa.
Altrusa Club of Marshfield.
Okay, so do a search
Do a search, you'll find us.
on Facebook.
On
and you can
Facebook.
like it, and then as things develop that would be interesting to people. Now, I noticed on the photos that were on there, as I looked, you were kind enough to send me that
Yes.
link last night. And so instead of watching a football game, I studied.
Well, wasn't that good of you?
The questions I had, though, is it looked like you were actually working, like making things.
You know, we do some of that too.
Oh.
We provide, what is that called, Laura?
Our Days for Girls is a
Yeah.
project that we had started 2 years ago, and our international, Altrusa is an international organization, so this is our international project. And as our sewing project, then we construct hygiene kits that go to third world countries for young women to take care of their menstrual needs because they do not have the sanitary products that we have in the United States and developed countries. So we have been working with this project for 2 years, and we just get together and we sew, and we work with a group out of Weston that has been doing this much longer, and we just packaged 486 kits to go to Africa and Cambodia, and they will be going yet this winter. So
Awesome.
yeah, for young women.
Now, are there any men involved with your organization?
Altrusa is open to men. It is not just a women's organization.
Okay.
Our club only has women, and always only.
Anytime, Don. Anytime you could come.
I think I'd be intimidated.
Oh, I don't think so.
But no, it sounds like you're doing some really wonderful things.
Yeah.
If some of our listeners may be interested, I think I'd like to at least go to a meeting and get to know the folks, and see maybe I could help. How would they get in touch with you?
Well, for one of we do have a person that you can contact and talk with, and her name is Pam Johnson. She's one of our members and has been for a number of years. Pam's involved with a number of organizations, so I'm sure a number of people will know her. And you can phone her at 715-384-5501. And if you stop at Mackey, or if you stop, I think it's just Mackey for right now.
Or at the library.
Or at the library.
Or
at,
Racks.
Yeah,
At
or
Mackey.
at the Visitors and Convention Bureau, you'll find one of these wonderful little brochures that you can just open up and find out all about Altrusa and what we do and where we are and anything you want to know.
Let's just find out about your major fundraiser. And so we're going to let you rest a bit, and we're going to turn to Laura Grendel, who's going to tell us about the holiday tour. Then we're going to, after that, talk to one of the homeowners who's participating.
Great. This is our 9th annual holiday home tour. We started this obviously 9 years ago in order to raise funds for all those wonderful projects that Darlene shared with you. And we have been so fortunate. We have had 4 homes each year to showcase. And so when you think of that, that is 36 homes in the Marshfield area have opened their home to us to allow people to come and see their home, see their decorations, and get excited for the holiday season. This year we once again have 4 amazing homes that we are able to visit. Jim and Geraldine Altman are opening their home, and Darlene will tell you a little bit more about that one. Ken and Brenda Bauer are opening their home, and the Bauers are a family that is very involved in hockey. So as I talked to Brenda last night, and she is a teacher in the district, she said she has 5 trees that they put up. They have one room that is just the hockey room, and it's all hockey ornaments. She has got an angel tree. Being a teacher, an elementary teacher, she has always been, she gets gifts from her students, so she has a collection of snowmen that are all gifts from former students, and so very special, and some very nice hand quilted items that she showcases. So that is that home, and then we have Bill and Amber Mitten. Bill and Amber built a house out near Hewitt on Porp Court, which is just a one-way cul-de-sac, and so they're kind of out in the country, and their home is a one-story home with very high ceilings, and it is gorgeous in terms of looking out the windows. There's a lot of windows, so you can see the outside. You think you're out in the middle of nowhere, but it's gorgeous. And she decorates with 2 trees, and every room will have some decor in. So then our last home is Nick Paschal and Spring Fleming, and they're in town near the medical complex, and Spring is here with us, so she'll tell you about her home. But our tour is on Friday night, December 6th, from 4 to 8 p.m., and then again on Saturday, December 7th, from 10 to 2 in the afternoon. You can go to the homes in any order. You don't need to, there's not a 1, 2, 3, 4 that you have to follow. Tickets cost $10 if you buy them in advance, and they are available at Mackey, and they are also available at the public library. And at those 2 locations also there's a map if you want to, and also these brochures. And in the brochures we have the addresses, and then we also have kind of what general area of town they are located in. So you can get the tickets. You can go to 2 homes on Friday night and the other 2 on Saturday. You can go to all of them, one or the other. It does not matter a bit. If you do not buy tickets in advance, you can buy tickets the day of the event from the homes, and then our charge is $15 for a ticket.
Okay, question, is it $10 per home?
$10 per person, and that $10 gets you into all 4
Okay,
homes.
so it's very reasonable.
It is very reasonable.
Very reasonable.
Yes, and we are so thankful to these homeowners because we get 300 people, 350 people that go through your home in a Friday night and a Saturday, and so what we have been very fortunate the last couple of years. We've had nice weather. We haven't had snow up to our knees or sloppy weather, but when you come into the home, we'll ask to have people remove their shoes. They can walk around in stocking feet, or we have the booties, like the hospital booties that you can wear.
They've been short on booties.
Really?
So we can protect the homes.
Well, no, that makes all the sense in the world, of course. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I have a question. If there's a young mom and doesn't have a babysitter, can they bring their little kids?
Sure.
Sure.
Our homeowners, when we ask them if they will do this, we allow them to open as much of the home as they feel they would like to. So sometimes only the master bedroom is available because it's decorated. Sometimes none of the bedrooms are available. Sometimes you're allowed to go to a lower level if there's like a family room. Sometimes that's not available. So the homeowners dictate kind of
And
how
then-
much of their home they
They do the tour.
yeah, and we are just, and once again, we're just so thankful
yeah.
that they do this. So, and we've always had homeowners that have opened up much more than maybe I think I would have. But you know, they really are very gracious to
Well,
us.
I would hope so. Let us talk with a homeowner.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Well, and we just happen to have Spring Fleming, and I chatted a little bit with her. She and her husband have a very interesting, from what she described, display. So tell us about it on your home.
Well, here's a little known fact that well, people really don't know. This is my second year on the tour of homes because 2 years ago when Laura was at my house during the holidays, she said, Spring, your house would be perfect for this. So the next year, I really started early and kind of got all ready, but
Laura did ask.
She didn't ask me.
Really?
So this is my second year.
Good for you.
But we didn't go too far. We didn't get too many things done this year. We are having fun with planning it, and actually, it's working out great in our schedule.
Good.
So, I think one of the things that makes our house interesting is it's an older home. It's 122 years old, and one of the things I've lived in the house for 33 years, and one of the things that after I'd been there maybe half the time that I lived there, someone showed me how to refinish a door, and that kind of piqued my interest in stripping woodwork and refinishing. So I've finished, I started out in a bedroom upstairs in a window and finished one room, and then I moved to another bedroom and moved through the whole upstairs, and then I made my way down through the open staircase and refinished all the wood there. And I did cheat a little bit because I knew we were going to be putting carpeting down the middle of the stairs, so I did skip the middle of the stairs.
Smart
But nobody
move.
ever takes the carpet off. And then just continued downstairs, and there's a lot of woodwork, wide woodwork, wooden china cabinets, and it's a very interesting old house. It's not a huge house, but a comfortable home. And I was telling Don before that it's the kind of house when people move there, they want to stay there because the people who bought it in 1914 owned it for 70 years. There was so much history, and since it's in an older neighborhood, people, I'm not sure it's ever going to be the Spring Fleming house because, first of all, after I moved there, all of the neighbors always called it the Hellickson house because she lived there for 70 years. Then I lived there for a few years before I met my husband, Nick Paschal, and when we got married, he moved there. And so I'm afraid now it's the Nick Paschal house.
Oh, that's not fair.
It's not really fair, but I try to adjust. I just want everybody to know once it was the Spring Fleming house. And so we do have fun decorating. I do usually the decorating of the house, and the tree is Nick's. So he puts every decoration lovingly placed, all the lights, strings the lights, and I really don't have anything to do with our main tree in the house, so that'll be fun for people who are watching this to see, look for Nick's tree when they come.
And they have a special feature in their home, in their added room.
Yes, in our addition, we have a baby grand piano, and
Oh, that's right.
I've asked a few people who, like our church pianist who's played piano, do you think for more than 70
years.
Oh, wow.
And she plays everything by memory. So I asked Jean Rayburn if she would come and play some Christmas tunes. And I'm thinking about if I can ask. I do play piano too, but I wouldn't play for an audience. I like to play for
Well,
Nick
you're
and
the
myself.
tour guide.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we're excited to entertain and have people come to our house and
Well,
share
what
it
type
with us.
of decorations would a person see? I mean, obviously you don't go out to a department store and get a bunch of plastic things to.
Well,
I'm sure that it's dated, I would assume.
yeah, some of
I
I
assume
wouldn't
that.
call it historical or things like that, but some people might. Probably 30 or even more than 30 years ago, there was a home Christmas party called Christmas Around the World. And a couple years I had hosted that party and was able to get nativity scenes and some kind of classic Christmas decorations. But otherwise, we just have fun with wreaths and Christmas trees and decorating. So
I'm
please
sure it's
come.
very interesting. Well, Darlene, you're raising your hand.
I
You're-
am.
She's a teacher, but you don't have to raise your hand.
Well, all right, I'm just conditioned.
what would
I'm
you like to-
conditioned. It was a lovely segue talking about old ornaments and stuff, because the Altman House is the matriarch and the patriarch of Altman Construction. And their home is a 3-bedroom ranch, but in one of their rooms, they have a tree on that were ornaments from their grandparents. And they're in their 80s, so those are old. I mean, like old. So that should be interesting. And they have 20,000 lights outside. So I think it'll be fun. The other interesting thing about, I think, the way this worked out this year is there's 3 homes that are on the west side, so you can go ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung. And then there's 1 home out on the east side, which is
The
Minton House, and all you have to do is take Yellowstone and take a left on Stat Road, and you're there.
There's a map, is there? Or GPS?
Everybody's got GPS.
They do.
Yes.
And at the library and at
Yes.
the chamber, where the brochures are and where you can buy
Yeah,
your
there's
tickets,
maps.
there are maps also.
Yeah,
But,
I assume they
yeah,
would.
Yeah.
most people use their GPS. They shouldn't be hard to find them.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, anything that either of you would like to add, do the wrap up for us, and let's go start from the top, who you are, and right down to how they get their tickets. So.
Okay. Well, we are Altrusa Club of Marshfield. We are an asset to this community, I do believe, and a number of people have told us that. We do a lot of things. Our major focus is literacy. There's a number of different kinds of literacy. It's not just books. It's computers at the library. We bought that. If you have a kid in 3rd grade in any of the outlying schools, we bought them books. There's just all kinds of things we do, but we
and
need...
we give a non-traditional.
Oh, yeah,
we give a
forgot that.
scholarship every year to a non-traditional student.
Forgot about that.
We have opted to go that route rather than to give to a high school senior. So we give a very generous scholarship to somebody who is either going back to upgrade their education or has not been in the workforce for a period of time and now is ready to start a new career.
Oh, awesome.
Right. So there's and we really need the support of the community in order to continue doing the things that we do. So please come.
Well, you said it better than I could. If you'd like to support the really nice things that this group is doing, we certainly hope that you will try to catch the holiday tour. And if you miss that one because of some reason you're out of town, they have other events during the year. So keep an eye on them. You mentioned you'd be at the park when they have the
Dairy Fest.
Dairy Fest
Sure, right.
weekend. Then you sell what?
But again, the week.
Ice cream?
Yeah,
Okay.
ice cream.
Everybody
You
likes
scream.
it.
We all scream for ice cream. But the dates are.
Our holiday home tour, which is what we're really focusing on today, once again, is Friday night, December 6th. That is from 4 to 8 p.m. And then Saturday from December 7th from 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. We have 4 fabulous homes for people to come and visit and thank our homeowners such as Nick and Spring for opening their home for us.
Well, it sounds really great, so I hope you get a really nice turnout. And thank you for coming in today.
Thank you very
And
much.
we'd like to let people know that in addition to your event, the Winter Wonderland is coming up. And since my granddaughter's in charge,
Yes.
be sure to visit that also.
It's a really good Marshfield weekend.
This is.
Because you can go to the holiday home tour on Friday
Right.
night. You can go Saturday morning to that. Then you can go to Rotary, the Winter Wonderland that night. And then the next day you can go to the Altman Mansion for their Christmas
Whoa,
holiday.
yeah.
Or you can go to Showcase at the Chestnut Center. So come to Marshfield.
Well, thank you for reminding me about the Upham
Yeah.
display too, because that is also awesome.
Yes.
It fits right in with the weekend.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. We enjoyed visiting with you, and please come back again next year, and we'll recap this year and talk about the new homes that will be in next.
Great.
Well, thank you, Don.
Thank you.